and welcome to my stream. This is Jim, aka Citromula Beta, and I am doing more Kerbal Space Program Career Mode tonight. Last time I did this, I just completed doing basically a Mun flyby and a couple other things. Very basic stuff, but I was able to unlock enough of the tech tree that I can do some more complex missions. So I need to plant a flag on Mun and explore Kerbin, which is a rendezvous thing. But I'm actually going to go straight for planting a flag on the Mun because I'm not going to do an Apollo style where I do a rendezvous in space. I'm just going to go straight to the Mun for direct landing and direct ascent. I might do a two-part ascent and return vehicle, but the landing will definitely just be whatever the top stage of my rocket is. So it's going to be a lot more basic, a lot more, I guess, it's going to be very simplistic, but it's going to have enough room for two Kerbals, a pilot and a scientist. This I just literally just created this craft, Mark II command pod, and named it, and that's all I've done. So the first thing I want to do, we're going to build a couple things. I got to put on a thermal protection layer. Oh, you know what? There's no heat shield for that one. That's funny. It does have its own heat shield. I just have to be careful when I'm coming in at high speed. I could, actually, that might be part of what I do. I could use a descent module. If I use this re-entry module, I could do that. That probably adds a little bit of complexity. I will not be coming in, I shouldn't be coming in too fast. The heat shield on these are pretty good to begin with, or it's heat resistant, so I should be okay without it. But let's see. So one of the things I want to do is put on an experiment storage unit. That's going to be used to collect all the experiments. Technically, the scientists can do it, but that gets a little tedious for some of it. I want to make sure everything stays there. It also makes a good place to do things like mount the parachutes and also mount, anything else that I feel like should be on there that I want to bring back. And honestly, I don't need to bring much back on here. I will have basic, a sort of service module as part of the lander that will contain most everything else. So I need a coupler, 1.8. The coupler there, all right. And then the first part of my lander will probably be a, let's see, is there a service? I can do a service module for this. Turn off the shroud. Can I put this in there, though, is the question. I can't. That makes things a little bit more of a pain. Yeah, see, I was going to use the Mercury, but now I'm starting to wonder if I might be better off with the equivalent of the Voshkod-era re-entry module. Still two Kerbins. I'll have to add. Yeah, this adds a certain simplicity to it. I'll have to still go ahead and add the. That's ugly looking, but it'll work. Add the reaction wheels and some of that other stuff. This does have electric charge, but no reaction wheels, no reaction control systems whatsoever. So, what would probably make my life easier, just to be on the safe side, is command and control, small reaction wheel, and also a Z200 battery. Although that may cause weight problems. But I think I'll be okay. So that gives me the decoupler built in. So I don't have, don't have to have that. I've got that science unit. I'm going to mount all my science stuff to it. Let's see. So I need mystery goo containers. Let's see. All right. 2 of those just to balance each other out because they have mass. And then I do want to have a flight computer for my delta V calculations, and then a barometer and a thermometer, and that's all I can take. I've got the materials bay, barometer, thermometer, and I'll be able to do crew reports and EVA reports and things like that. So I mean, I'll be able to build plenty of or get plenty of science. So I'm going to put this on here. We're going to probably do the 1.8 meter tanks for most of this stuff because it really does give me a lot more flexibility, and they're not without being too tall. That looks okay. This is going to be on the Mun, so jetpacks will work. So let's do. Well, actually, I want to see with my Terrier engine how much. This is going to be on the Mun. And, oh yeah, plenty of thrust to weight. That's a lot of delta V. It's actually far more than I need. Let's see, do the shorter fuel tank. That's still an excessive amount of delta V for what I'm doing, but that's okay because this will give me the ability to land, do some other stuff. I'm going to actually include a little bit, some more reaction control. Well, first of all, more batteries. I want batteries. But this will have to be my descent and ascent. Hey, Dabin. Dabin? Is that it? Dabin 8? Yeah. Hi. So this will be my ascent and descent thing, and it's going to have to get me back to Kerbin. So actually, maybe I will go with the larger tank just for safety's sake. Or I could do is do the small tank and then do two parts for this. Do I have the fuel lines yet? Am I able to get fuel lines? Yes, I can. Okay. I can instead do. Well, that just makes more complexity. Yeah. So one large tank. Keep this as simple as possible. Makes it a little taller, a little heavier, but ooh, I hope my landing legs are strong enough for that. If I just put more, just lots of landing legs. Plenty of landing legs, and that should do it. Gotta adjust those down. Oh, dab in 8. I gotcha. Oh, dab in 8. All right, I gotcha. That's a little tall, but I think it'll do the trick. Lots of delta V, plenty to get onto the Mun, even move a couple times, and so I want these batteries. I need at least like let's say 4 batteries, and make it 6 of them, and then communication. Just one of these bad boys. Where's the actual crew hatch? Not that it matters too much. I just don't want to have. Well, you know, I know where the crew hatch isn't, which is it's not on the decoupler thing. So I just don't want them falling out and hitting this high gain antenna when it's extended. This may be one of the ugliest ships I've ever built, to be perfectly honest. Even by Kerbal standards, this is a pretty heinous looking ship. But I got batteries. Want to put in a reaction control system though, or a inline wheel. There we go. Auto strut that. Auto strut that. Auto strut. There we go. Start these retracted. As long as I don't come in too hard, that, you know, will these landing gears should probably hold it. Not too much issue. So yeah, I'm gonna take that off. Stupid little hat. I still need to have the experiment thing, but I don't need to have quite as tall. I could probably make that look better, maybe with an adapter. That would be on a structural. That's a Rockomax adapter. Yeah, I don't have enough parts to do that. All right, so there we go. That'll be our lander and return vehicle, 3,025 meters per second. To land on the Mun, if I use something else to do the insertion burn, to land, move around, and return from the Mun, that's plenty. I do want to have some electrical here. This is a good place for them because they'll get a nice angle on the sun from pretty much any direction as long as it's upright. That's a good place for that. And since this will be returning to most of the way to the Kerbal with me, I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about putting these on the reentry module. Right? Right. Okay. Let's see. I've got those. Got plenty of science. Communication will be fine. Thermal protection is built in for my purposes. Yeah. Okay. That's all I need for that. One thing I want to do, I'm going to put in an engine plate because that will make the mounting of this a little bit cleaner. And I don't have to have a separate or another separatron or separation, not separatron. Yeah, that thing. So want more of these. That's very long. Medium short, that should do it. We are not ready for takeoff. Well, we're ready for takeoff when we're taking off from the Mun, but we are not ready for takeoff from the planet yet. Let's see. That will make a good lunar stage. This is the it's 2.5 meter. A swivel engine. Man, it still doesn't properly calculate. Just to get it to calculate the delta V right while I'm building it. I'm going to take this off when we're done, but just to get it to give me the right delta V readouts. Because it always messes. Something about the engine plate causes issues. It will not properly calculate that. So that's plenty to get translunar injection and that's plenty for translunar injection and the insertion burn. And so that'll work. We're gonna do put another engine plate on there. Nope. It's why is it always? Its thrust to weight ratio is good. So that'll be fine. 1.8. This is way more parts than I need, and I'm going to take some of these off when we're done building it, but for now this will be a... this is just to help account for delta V, since it doesn't do it very well. Alright, so that will be... well, this will probably be stage 2 in this section. Auto strut. Auto strut. Auto strut. Stage 2 should be... I don't think that's enough vacuum thrust. Just do a skipper for the second stage, and its thrust to weight ratio is excessive. Probably get by with a Reliant engine. Yeah, it's still... what's it look like with a swivel? Wow, yeah. I keep forgetting the tiny amounts of actual weight these things use, or these things have. So let's see. What about this? Oh, I'm looking at the Mun delta V. So let's see. Makes that skipper make more sense, I think. Yeah, that's a lot better. So this will be the second stage, and then a TD25 decoupler. And then we're going to need more tanks. And then another skipper, which is not going to, yeah, it's not going to have enough thrust. How much does one skipper have versus 4 of these? Can I fit 4 of them on one of those plates? That's the question. These new engine plates are really cool, but I still haven't had a chance to play with them too much. I don't think those are going to fit, but they might. Let's see. Do this a 4x1. Yeah, the swivels won't. Well, no. Do a quad. And then move them in. Yeah, thrust to weight ratio still not great. Ditch that. Do the skipper, and then you can do some liquid fuel boosters. Will it get, at what point does it get a high enough thrust weight ratio to actually, it doesn't. All right, so we take out a fuel tank though. I think that will improve things quite a bit. And then do some liquid fuel boosters, maybe? I think that'll actually make a good, let's see, coupling. Actually, these would be better. Just 2 liquid fuel boosters. I should set this. This is kind of like the more of a Soviet style, in the sense of they used a lot of liquid fuel boosters as opposed to Yeah, thrust to weight ratio is still not good enough. Because really we want this to be like 1.2. So can the addition of solid fuel boosters make a bigger difference? Their thrust to weight ratio is usually obscene comparatively. So if we do 4 of the kickback boosters, that should be quite a bit. Yeah, they're 1.32 on their own without the without the center stage. So that should get me, I think that'll be enough to actually like achieve what we need to do. I wish I had Separatrons. That would be really nice. Get these down again. All right, 4 solid fuel boosters for the central stage. Do I have a fairing for that size? Let's see, payload. Oh. I do. I should put fairing in here too. That'll improve the takeoff a little bit. All right. And then a set of nose cones for these. Get auto strut on all these guys. And some delicious Irish whiskey just for courage. It's entirely medicinal. It has nothing to do with any sort of problems. Auto strut is on all these things. What am I? Oh, my mass is too high. By quite a bit. Now that stinks. Get that fuel tank out of here. How far off am I in mass? Oh man, that's not even close. Dude, two boosters. Thrust to weight ratio with the 2 boosters is still high enough. My mass is within acceptable levels. I still got plenty of delta V for the launch and the landing, so that's okay. Yeah, hopefully this will do the trick. We're gonna give it a good autosave before we start, but there we go. Get the control fins on there. That all looks good. If it has, yeah, so hopefully the thrust to weight ratio is high enough. You know what I can do, probably keep it within reason, is to add a couple of these bad boys as well. That's good. I'm going to stage these engines. Okay, yeah, that looks probably pretty good. Okay. Everything looks about right. It's very basic, boring looking rocket, but it's pretty solid. I think it'll do the trick. Oh, I didn't set this crew. I'm going to have an engineer instead of a scientist. Yeah, I'm gonna have Bill, the engineer. All right. Revert flight. Revert to vehicle assembly. Because we do want a scientist so we can complete science mission. Because that's part of the thing. I mean, planting a flag is important, but more importantly is, and we're going to send Valentina as the pilot and Bob the scientist, because these will, yeah, it's more important to actually achieve the science stuff than anything else, and the engineer really can't do anything at this point. They're useful for interplanetary missions, but for this, hey OP Gaming, so yeah, this should be sufficient, and we've got the right crew now, and now we'll give it a try. Fingers crossed. This doesn't cause a huge explosion. Well, I mean, honestly, it's fine if it causes a huge explosion. That's fun too. But hopefully this actually gets to the Mun. So I'll throw a quick save on here. SAS on. Everything looks good. Staging is good. And thrust up and fire. I'm actually going to toggle the thrust down a little bit to keep the acceleration reasonable. Oh, thank you for the follow, OP Gaming. Let's see. You know, gravity turn. Everything is looking pretty good so far. A little trouble keeping it on trajectory, but that's, considering how little RCS control I have, that's not really a surprise. Just want to get this gravity turn done. Close to it. I'm going to stay a little bit less than 45 degrees. Just to reduce the risk of a problem. Alright, so we're still increasing in speed. That's good. Thank you for the follow as well, Dabin8. We're looking good. We're looking good. Apoapsis is 28,000. That's ahead of us. We're keeping the, yeah, alright, we're looking good so far. Hopefully we got enough, oomph from this. Oh no, the second one is a skipper engine too. So yeah, that should be plenty of. Actually, it's gonna be excessive probably thrust to weight for that. Are we doing fuel stage? All right, there we go. Looking good. Delta V current 2,000 meters per second. That's plenty to get. You keep saying landing gear. What about the landing gear? All right, 58. We're aiming for a parking orbit about, I'm going to say 100 kilometers if I have the Delta V, which I should. Make the best use of this skipper engine. Because I actually want to use the skipper engine to circularize as well. So we're coming up to 97, that's close enough. Do you have landing gear? Yes, I have landing gear. I have actually an excessive number of landing gear, just so to be sure that I have enough to support the weight, because this landing craft is a little bit big. Because it's a direct ascent and return craft, so. Yeah. That's good. All right, circularization, 23,459. Yeah, actually I have enough Delta V to circularize and start the... Yeah, I can do the Mun injection. I guess I called it the translunar injection. It would be the transmunner injection. But I have enough fuel to get all the way to the Mun with this stage, which I think I'm going to do, because why not? I probably could have built this a little bit smaller, but I wanted to give myself plenty of room for error, because I am error prone. I'm going to go ahead and deploy the fairing now. We're well out of the atmosphere. Okay, and then time warp to our maneuver. And the only mods I have installed are some that make flying a little easier and stuff like that. No part mods. I have trajectories. I have better time warp, or better projection. It's actually not a better time warp. It's the better projection. Better burn time. OP Gaming left. Oh, well. Okay. So better burn time installed. Kerbal Engineer, obviously you're seeing that. And, oh, the science thing. It makes it easier to collect science, which is... super useful for a mission like this. Alright. That wasn't exactly the circularization burn I wanted, but it's close enough. Okay. Now we need to plan our Mun encounter, which if we actually use the Mun isn't up yet. So that means actually we should be able to put a maneuver here ahead of us that will actually get us to the Mun. Yep. Alright, set as target. And that's actually almost perfect, because we want to... I've got 689 meters per second, so I'm going to have to use my next stage, but that's cool. We are going to the Mun. I want to crash this stage into the Mun to reduce debris problems. So instead of having it, or actually I could adjust it slightly. And I think it will be on an escape trajectory. No, it won't. So we'll crash into the Mun. And then we'll do a course correction with the other engine for the next stage. Warp a little further. Just watching my time warp go now. All right, so we're almost ready. And go. Watch the map here. Oh, I guess I actually won't make it with the current stage. I'm going to have to stage here and then... I'll stop my burn a little sooner. Perhaps it's 43 kilometers. That'll be good. And then we're going to plan our orbital insertion burn here. All right, that's a good, yeah, that's good circularization there. I could adjust, my inclination is going to be a little wonky, but since I'm not going to try and rendezvous in space, it's not that important. Okay. And then let's go ahead and activate, not that I actually need it, but we'll extend the antenna. I'm going to retract that once we do the Mun landing real quick, and then I'll put it back out. just in case it gets a little tippy. I don't have any RCS jets on here, but I do have enough reaction wheel control once this thing is done that it should be plenty. All right, we're going to orient close to the maneuver node. And then what does it suggest is the time? 18 seconds. So we'll warp to next maneuver. I'm just going to wait for the sphere of influence change here. Make sure everything looks good. Yeah, my periapsis is still where I want it to be. Sometimes it glitches when you change sphere of influence. So the conics get all weird. Okay. I can open up my electric charge. Looks good. My resource tab looks fine. Yeah, electric charge is good. It's still tweaking on the conics are going all over the place, but it should be okay. So it's a goofiness in the game, not anything actually to worry about. There we go. Nicely circular. I got 614 meters per second at delta V. So actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and start. Is this a good place to land? Yeah, actually, we're coming up on a pretty decent set of landing spots. So I'm going to give it a quick save here. And I'm going to go ahead and use the use this stage to deorbit. Or begin the deorbit. And that's going to crash into the Mun, but it's going to crash further away because we're going to... how much speed can I burn off here? All right. So then we stage... Oh, crap. We got to get all this science. Why is it not... Crew report. That's weird. Why does it not let me... Usually it will let me click this and have all that. So let's see. Open door, or observe material bay. That. Observe mystery goo. That's weird. I just be able to hit a button and all right. Yeah, previous version of it. I wonder if there was there was no change. That's weird. Well, we'll go ahead and stage. What? Oh, I see. And then we're gonna go ahead and slow this bad boy down. I'm going to EVA again. This is not safe. Okay. By any stretch of the imagination, is this safe? But this Bob Kerman, he's a dangerous living man. All right, so I got to. Let's see. I got to edit HUD 2, move it over a little bit. There we go. Now it's not behind my resource tab, which my resource tab may be not easy to see either. But all right. So let's see. Suicide burn altitude. Suicide burst. Yeah. So I don't want to trust that suicide burn too much because it's going to probably give me the wrong information. So I'm going to start suicide burning a little bit before that. Oh, I could get an EVA report? All right. Bob. About to do something dumb and dangerous again. I can get rid of this. There we go. Clear that out. Keep retrograde. All right. Suicide burn distance. What's my thrust weight ratio? Yeah, 4.6 to 1. Or 4.15. I'm being really conservative about this because I just don't want to mess this up. Which I probably am, because I think the readout is wrong. Yep, I'm going to crash. That's why we do a quick save. Because... Oh, well, welcome back. Yeah, so you missed me having a bit of a pickle here, where I decided that I was going to... where it was going to give me the wrong readout on Kerbal Engineer, so I had a bit of an issue. So let's see. I can redo all the science. Also, for some reason, my Science Now thing is not reading the way it should. Log pressure data, log that, log temperature. Crew report. And then an EVA. And then I will go ahead and reset these experiments while we're in space this time instead of doing it while we're flying, because that was dumb. Collect data. Remove data. Come on. Restore, and then I want to restore this guy too. Collect data. Restore. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Kerbal Engineer gave me the absolutely wrong readout. So I don't know why it did that, but I got the completely wrong information. Sometimes it does calculate things wrong, which is why I was trying to be conservative and not trust it, but clear that that didn't work out. Okay, so we'll try this again. Initiate a burn to deorbit. I'm gonna go in quick save here because make things easier. I'm gonna use the bigger stage to deorbit because I'm trying to conserve as much delta V as I can because I want to be able to fly around to different biomes, and I really want to land right on the edge of this crater because that'll at least give me 2 biomes if I do this right, and I'm probably already too far, but I can fly back over to it. All right, so I'm at the Mun Midlands. We need to collect all, and then do a crew report. Oh, that's EVA report. It wants EVA report. Review report, recycle that. Okay. We'll go and decouple this. And then I'm going to burn as much horizontal velocity as I can. This is not the most efficient way to land, but this is how we're going to do it because I got screwed up before. Plus, I want to stay as close to this as I can. All right, give it one more quick save. Hi, kitty. Go ahead and retract the antenna, just in case. Hello. Yeah, you come here. This burn indicator is probably a little more accurate than the Kerbal Engineer for whatever reason. I think it's goofed up by that. It may be goofed up by that engine plate. So I'm going to start burning a little bit early. Oh, that changed my impact time too. Well, fun. Let's see. My rate of descent is frankly lower than I want it to be. Neither of these estimates are very accurate. Yes, we are landing. All right. Looking for my shadow. There it is. It's a very good indicator of your altitude. Oh, my shadow disappeared. There it is. I'm descending too slowly. Whoop. What broke? What are my landing legs? That's what I was concerned about. These landing legs have very little... The engine, I think, is actually stronger than landing legs. But we made it. We landed on the Mun. Quick save. I may not be able to make it around to another... may not make it to another biome. We'll have to see. I have to be very careful. So let's see. Deploy the antenna. Not that I really need it, but let's see Observe material bay, observe mystery goo. Log temperature. Log pressure data. Crew report. Send Bob out. EVA report. I can't do surface samples yet, but we're going to land, or we're going to step down, and we're going to plant a flag. Bob was here. I believe I planted a flag. Yep. All right. Come on, let me board. Beat aboard. All right. Let's see. All right, now where am I in relation to that crater? That big crater. It's kind of all just west. Southwest. So, let's see. Yeah, instead of heading of 135. How much delta V do I have? Oh yeah, I still have 2,000 meters per second. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. I want to be going this way. I want a projected landing somewhere inside. Inside that crater. Retract you. Ooh, it's not. Come on, turn off. There we go. Get over the lip of that crater. There we go. This is probably a really stupid plan, but, you know, we're doing it anyway. I just want to see my biome change. Midlands. Should change to the crater here. Yeah, there we go. East crater. Burning hard for a landing in the East Crater. And then ever so slowly. I mean, like, I don't know, you saw that landing. If you're watching, you saw that landing. The previous one, I was moving very slow when I landed, and I still broke a landing leg. These landing legs are just not particularly strong. All right, second touchdown. All right, let's get Bob out there. Well, first thing, save the game. We'll get Bob out there to EVA. EVA report. Oh, turn trajectories off. There we go. Oh, Bob, you're a mess. Bob's been drinking. Okay, so this is the East Crater. I'm in. So we'll name the flag East Crater. All right, come on, Bob. You got some work to do. You gotta reset some. You gotta take some science and then restore. Collect data. Come on, buddy. You can hold on. Oh, I can get an... all right, that's funny. May have to just hover. All right. All right, I can get my EVA report while flying. This is silly, but I'm going to take all the science I can get. Board. All right. Observe material bay. Crew report. Cancel. Collect all of the data. Crew report. Got it. I need temperature scan. Got it. And then a mystery goo. Got that. All right. Now we are ready to ascend. But I actually think I want to collect all this stored thing and have Bob go out one more time and EVA out. And then reset the Science Junior. And the mystery goo. Because I don't think I'll get a chance to do anything in space, but I could collect... Yeah, I can really only get EVA reports when I'm flying, but that's okay. So let's board. Let us save this game. And then we are going to take off. After I get more fine Jameson Dyer's whiskey, just for some more courage. We're going to aim for 90 degrees. Point prograde, go 90 degrees almost as soon as we can. We got to go up a little bit just to clear the lip of the crater, but that's minimal. And we should have enough delta V to get back. Not a lot to spare, but we should have enough. So let's do it. Track those landing gear. A lot of good they did us. I'm just getting enough altitude basically to clear that crater. And then we're going to point exactly 90 degrees to give myself as quick an orbit as possible and as little as delta V as possible. This is actually going to be close. I'm starting to think the delta V calculations aren't quite right on this either. We can actually achieve a pretty low orbit because there's very little in the way of terrain features on the Mun. They've all been pretty well blasted down. Some places like Minimus or Dres, some of the other planets or planetoids would be, you'd have to be a lot more careful. 870 meters per second. Okay, we do have enough delta V. Assuming that delta V readout is correct, we have plenty to get back to Kerbin and even slow our descent a little bit with rockets. So just trying to get to my maneuver node here. There we go. And got that. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we are in a stable orbit. Now we need to find the spot on this orbit that will get us and intersect with with Kerbin's atmosphere, which should be right about here, actually. Trying to get that periapsis down. There we go. Periapsis inside Kerbin. We probably don't want to do that. We want to set it low, though. Okay, so we're going to do one more save. Make sure I didn't get this wrong. Point for the maneuver node. This thing turns so much easier without all that fuel in it. And then it's a 21-second burn, so a warp to maneuver node will be fine. If it's more than a 20, if it's more than a, well, if it's 2 minutes burn or more, then you kind of can't do the warp to maneuver node. Here's a joke. Okay, I'm ready for a joke. Is it my flying? Because that is a joke. Oh, I'm better than some. I see. Oh, I messed up on that maneuver node. Good news is I have plenty of delta V, and this is not the most precise thing I have to do. So I probably could have even gotten one more. Squeezed one more landing out of this, maybe. The problem is the Mun is not the greatest for biome hopping. Once I complete these Mun missions, which should give me then Minimus missions, I'm going to go to Minimus, and that will give me really good. What's my periapsis? Okay, that's good enough. Give it another save. And then we're going to warp to like here. Why did the chicken cross the playground? I don't know why the chicken crossed the playground. You know, one thing I want to do before I enter the atmosphere is adjust the min pressure on this, which I got to wait until the warp stops. Nope. Altitude 2,000. To get to the other slide. I should have probably seen that one coming. That was the chicken crossed the playground to get to the other slide. I brought this on myself. I really did. I could have stopped it at any time, and I didn't, and that was a mistake. So I have no one to blame but myself. Okay. I'm actually going to burn retrograde to reduce my speed a wee bit. I'm going to burn up as much fuel as I can, just to shave off a little bit of orbital velocity. Hopefully the ablator on this is strong enough, because I'm coming in fast. All right, that's all I got. I got no RCS control or anything. Just fingers crossed that the shape of this and the weight of it is such that it will actually orient the way I want it to, which it looks like it's going. The ablator should be plenty. I just, honestly, my biggest concern is making sure everything comes in at the right angle, which it did. Awesome. Made it through the atmosphere pretty quick. I'm actually going to turn the altitude up on this a little bit, because I'm concerned about hitting a mountain. There we go. All right. We made it back to the surface. Oh, I can do a crew report. Look at that. Save game. I'm gonna send Bob out and see if he can hold on. He should be able to. Yeah, EVA report. There we go. Now we wait for it to land. But that was a successful Mun mission. I'm not gonna crash land. I want to get these science back. Hi OP Gaming. I didn't see your message from before. My day was fantastic. What is that? A relay? Was there a part of that actually survived? Huh. Did something actually hit the hit Minimus or hit Kerbin and not explode? Awesome. I probably shouldn't have deployed those parachutes so high, but that's all right. We just gotta wait now. I'm going to collect so much science. Look at all that science. I wish I could have done surface samples. Surface samples actually give you tons of science. But this should be enough to unlock a lot of the other tech tree stuff that I need. And recover vessel. All right, we did it. $835 science. Yeah, that's good. Got plenty of funds. I completed several milestones. I didn't get a mission to go to Minmus. That's funny. All right, well, doesn't matter. Right now, we're unlocking some tech tree stuff. Definitely want to do space exploration so I can get to the science lab, which I want to take with me to... So space exploration, landing. Not concerned about this propulsion system stuff yet. Heavier rocketry will be important. Precision propulsion, advanced fuel systems, that would be helpful. Specialized construction. I'm gonna have to upgrade my thing. So we definitely want to do landing. We want to do space exploration. And then we got to go back out and upgrade the R&D, which there we go. Let's see. I'm not too concerned about command pods yet, although that would be helpful. We want advanced exploration. Do I need precision engineering yet? No. I do want this, though, for the bigger solar panels. Still got 411. Oh, yeah. I need heavier rocketry. And advanced fuel systems for the additional things. And I got another 91 science. So its question is, do I want miniaturization or that? Oh, 6 stack separator, Clappertron Jr. Well, I gotta build a satellite. So I think I'll do that. Our travel is complete. We have completed one trip to the Mun. I'm also hoping in a couple days there will be some new things. So let's see. I do need to rendezvous some craft. I'll get 20,000 science from space. I can do that at the same time. See, I need a satellite, an antenna that can generate power. That's it? Okay. That one's easy, and I can also do the science thing from that too. So we're going to build a satellite, and I'm going to put relay antennas on the satellite because that way I can use it to help bounce signals. Let's see. Good, we got the good electrics. That's important. Not that I need it immediately for this. What I need is the solar panels, actually. Put plenty of batteries on here. And then, you know what? I don't need the extra weight of the redeployable solar panels because I'm not going to be able to redeploy them. This is going to be a satellite. So let's see, communication. Yep, we just got these bad boys here. Hey, Caleb. Yeah, so I just finished my first flight or first landing on the Mun, which was honestly pretty uneventful, all things considered. I did lose a landing leg, but that was about it. Let's see. I don't really. So I want to use the smallest fuel tank I can for this. That's actually too big. The Oscar B. There we go. Because this just... even with just that, I think it's delta V outside the atmosphere. Yeah, 880 for it, which is a ton for what it needs to do. This just needs to achieve an equatorial orbit, so that'll be plenty. But that's going to be the first satellite. I do want to put some science stuff on it, though. That would be important. So reusable science things, namely the thermometer and the press mat barometer. And I'll go ahead and put a flight computer on it as well, just so I have its delta V information when I'm flying it. All right, so that's a first communication satellite. Because I mean, if we're gonna do the effort of putting a satellite up into space, we might as well do communications too. I'm probably not gonna get my money back on this one, but I will get it from the science. I'll get it from the science I get from it, so that'll be useful. Oh, I don't need a decoupler. Or stack separator. I need a decoupler. I'll turn my force percentage down a bit. There we go. When somebody tells you what's up, you tell them the sky. We've already gone to those the dad jokes. I don't need to lean into the dad joke any further, I don't think. Let's see, auto struts. And then this guy is also going to get a fairing to protect the delicate satellite equipment. The nice thing is this rocket can be really small. We can get away with some pretty basic stuff. Upper boost stage, using a swivel. It's actually already got enough delta V to get into orbit. So I actually I'm not gonna even bother doing a second stage. What's the thrust to weight ratio? Oh, no, wait. I gotta look at the atmospheric measurements. That's not quite. Okay. Although it's close. We could make it out to orbit on its own almost. And in fact, I'm probably still overbuilding this rocket. Alright, and then get this off here. Put this guy in. Don't need the stack separator. So there's that. Yeah, that's plenty of delta V. That's an excessive amount of delta V, as a matter of fact. Let's see if we can make this a little bit more efficient, cost-wise, because that is a concern. Oh, I shouldn't have taken out the decoupler. (3,200 meters per second). Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. I think I will stick the swivel. Will that give me more or not? Yeah, it's interesting. I guess probably the better efficiency in the atmosphere. I think that's good. That'll do the trick. That's excessive for what I need to do, but I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Put some fins on here for additional stability control. This has its own hibernate and warp. It has its own torque wheels and stuff like that. There's plenty of battery power to get into orbit. The spark engine is plenty to give it get it where it needs to go, and yeah, all right. So basic satellite launch. I think what's the orbit I need to? Inclination 0 degrees, periapsis. I mean, that's a ways. But yeah, that's enough delta V to get to the Mun, so yeah, that should do it. Okay. Let's launch this ComSat. SAS on. And I'm actually going to throttle down, then throttle up. Oh, the thrust to weight ratio is not good. Uh-huh. I should have checked my thrust to weight ratio. It's not quite sufficient to get off the ground. But a couple of these little bad boys here ought to do the trick. Some hammer. Solid fuel boosters. Oh yeah, that's plenty of thrust to weight ratio. Too much, as a matter of fact. I have to throttle down that engine. Put these bad boys down. Okay, there's probably a more efficient way to do this, but I don't care. We're still... Yeah, see, now we're not making any money. That's the problem. So we do have to balance cash. Let's take these. Make this 2. Make this 2. There, we're still in the we're still in profitable now, so let's range this down. Still got a good thrust to weight ratio, still profitable. Plenty of delta V to achieve the necessary orbit. In fact, vastly excessive amounts of delta V. I'm probably going to end up staging. All right. Keep that throttle low. Oh, it wants to tip. It wants to tip. It's a problem. All right. That is an issue. Probably also an issue when you design rockets when you've had a couple. Instead of those, a couple of liquid-fueled engines. Much better thrust weight ratio. Still plenty of delta V, and I can have 4 fins as well, and those have a ton of gimbal on those little side thrusters. Still in the profitable range, a little bit less than I want to make, but still good, and then we can launch from there. So cool. SAS active, and launch. Can our gravity turn? I guess I could apply it to my action groups to make it deploy. Actually, decreasing thrust, trying to keep it. I mean, it's supersonic, but not like crazy supersonic. Periapsis is looking good. Hopefully this has enough delta V. You know, and now I'm starting to doubt it. I know that calculation is always rough anyway for Kerbal Engineer, but I'm not sure I trust it anymore. It's definitely enough to achieve orbit. I just don't know if it's enough to achieve the apoapsis we want. And apoapsis is 6.8 million kilometers, or 6.8 million meters. Get my apoapsis as high as I can with this stage. And then ooh, I might not actually make it. Let's see. $27 burn. All right. So we can go to here. Extend the solar panels. Extend one of the antennas. Let's see, 743 meters per second. No, I should have enough. Probably, I think. I'd have to revert this flight. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Close enough, and then ooh, I don't know if we're gonna make it. I'll be damned. We're a little short. All right, well, then really just need to add a couple boosters, and that should definitely give me enough delta V because I was very close. And 2 of these boosters. All right, I'm gonna get funding from doing a science experiment while I'm up there too, so that should offset the cost. Could probably do this more efficiently, but okay. Actually, I bet I could do a more efficient ascent profile. I'll take these off. Bet I could just fly this thing better. Try one more time, just flying it better. God knows I could have flown that a lot better. our gravity turn. There we go. Lock to 45 degrees. And stage. Just going to get my apoapsis to, say, 75. Kilometers. Alright, we got 85 kilometers. Make use of the Oberth effect, I think. Get a little more efficiency out of this burn. Do this right. Either way, I'll be alright. Also, slightly higher specific impulse. Extend a solar panel. Extend another solar panel. Extend antennas. This is also going to function as a ComSat relay. Boost my range on my comm network a little bit higher until I can afford to upgrade my tracking station, which will be nice. Not a lot, but some. Just try and stay locked on this. Way off now. Got out of control here. Close enough. All right. Let's see. Get this. How much? Oh, that minus 11 seconds. Okay. All right. So then we warp the next maneuver. I want to burn as much up as I can. Just taking advantage of the Oberth effect. Hopefully that will give a little bit better efficiency. Time to periapsis. Not even going to bother with the maneuver node. I just want to burn it. Prograde. Hi, kitty. Come here. Wow, that's much better. A little tweaking here. I should get back my orbit. Yeah, so that leaves me with 200 meters per second to spare. No change in rocket needed. Just better flying. Change in pilot. There we go. That looks good. 15 seconds to burn. Reorient, get ready for the burn so I can be on top of things. All right. Warp up to the next maneuver. If we do this right, we should be more or less in the orbit that it wants. My inclination is, yeah, a little off, but within the realm of what it's okay with. Usually the game was fine within that narrow level of inclination difference. All right, we're locked on the maneuver node. And 3, 2, 1. I should see that disappear. Yep, there we go. Ring has disappeared. We're going to complete the burn just to try and get as close as possible to what I was actually going for. And still got 100 and something meters per second. 197 meters per second left. So I am good. And I can do a transmit a science report. And that will also complete my other contract. Awesome. Cool. So, save game. Go back to the Space Center. That should have paid for itself between the mission completion and the... let's see. I still don't have anything for Mun. Or for Minmus. All right. Well, maybe we have to explore Kerbin. Rescue Debfrid from orbit of Kerbin. Let's see if we can see Debfrid's capsule. Maybe. Usually, it lets me see capsules. Oh, I guess since I didn't select it. Let's see. Well, actually, I think that's a good time to quit now that I'm looking at the time. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day. We achieved the Mun Landing and return. Got plenty of science. From that, I will try to do... I'm going to do the orbital rendezvous mission and also the rescue mission. He's in low Kerbin orbit, so that should be good. I'm going to rescue someone, and that should also qualify for my rendezvous. I think. Theorem's derelict. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just rescuing it, it's the cheapest. It's actually the cheapest way to get new Kerbinauts sometimes. So it's worth doing. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and give that one a shot, but I'm going to do that next time. I'll be back on Wednesday, probably play more of this, and do a little more Kerbal career mode. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.